Today I'm going to talk to you about my experiences with art all the way through my senior year of high school. Even before I started elementary school, I was pretty interested in art. I remember the first thing I learned to draw on my own was a smiley face. I had a lot of different art kits. I had all kinds of paint at my house. I drew on everything. I painted on everything. Everything I owned had drawings on it. There were drawings on my bedroom wall even. When I started elementary school and started art class, once a week we would do a drawing with an outdoor setting, and someone's picture would be chosen to be put in the local newspaper for the weather section. I had several of my pictures featured in the newspaper. I remember always being very excited about this. I have one of them from the second grade with me today to show. Here it is. It says, "Today's weather picture by Ashley Smith, a second grader at Neshoba Central Elementary School." It's a picture of a cat on a sidewalk on a sunny day. In elementary school, I also started TAG. TAG opened up my views for art a lot. I learned a lot more about art through TAG. In TAG, we did something called Art in the Park. Every year we would do an art project, at least one, and it would be put into Art in the Park. We won ribbons at Art in the Park, first through third place. And TAG is where I learned to paint. We did DI too, Destination Imagination. It was where we would get a play, a subject for a play. We had to write a script, we had to make costumes, and we had to do a backdrop. Well, it involved a lot of art. We would draw all of our scenes out, and I learned a lot about painting through doing Destination Imagination. In middle school, I took my first official art class. I had Mr. Atkinson as an art teacher. He taught us a lot. He taught me a lot of techniques that I still use today in my drawings. Art with Mr. Atkinson was probably my favorite class throughout all of junior high. I remember one day him riding into school on his Harley Davidson and letting us draw him with his motorcycle. That's one experience with art that I probably will always remember. He taught us how to draw with charcoal. I thought that was really interesting, and I still like to do that sometimes. I also was in TAG throughout middle school, and I still did Art in the Park each year. As far as I can remember, I always had at least one project to place in Art in the Park. In high school, I took TAG for my first year of high school. We didn't do Art in the Park, but we did have a lot of art projects. And at our school, if you take art your senior year, you get to do a mural on the wall. So it was always my plan throughout high school to take art so that I could have a mural on the wall to leave behind once I graduated. So my senior year, I took art. I was actually kind of disappointed with the art class my senior year because a lot of days we ended up doing worksheets instead of actually learning something about art, doing like coloring pages. But we did have 3 big projects our senior year. One was a canvas painting, which I did a scene from The Lion King. One was a paper mache project, which I did a colorful owl, and I have it with me to show. Here was my paper mache. It took about 3 weeks to do, and it was actually a lot of fun. That was one of the more fun things we did. And then for the mural that my class did, we decided to do a Disney castle. And it was very interesting. It was very unique is all I can say about our castle. So now that I'm in college, I plan to take as many art classes that are available to me because I'm still pretty interested in art. Those are my experiences, and I plan to expand, and thank you for your time.